guest appeared with DayOldStubble, MsPixy from Gorilla Tango Burlesque Theater.
Hello.
Couple questions for you. Can you explain to our readers what exactly Gorilla Tango Burlesque was and how you guys were?
Okay, so Gorilla Tango Burlesque, we do nerd and geek themed burlesque shows.
Okay.
So our very first show was Boobs Goombas, a Super Mario Burlesque that opened in 2010. And we thought we were just going to do one show, we were going to run for 8 performances and close it. But it kind of,
That's why.
yeah, it kind of went crazy. So after that we opened a NUDE HOPE, a STAR Wars Burlesque, Temple of Boobs, an Indiana Jones Burlesque, El Marichichi, a Robert Rodriguez Burlesque. Okay, Fellowship of the Boobs, a Lord of the Rings, World of Warcraft, Dungeons and Dragons, role-playing game Burlesque.
Okay.
That title is my fault, I had to get it all in. We just recently opened Holy Bouncing Boobies, a Batman Burlesque.
Okay.
Coming this fall, we have Boobs of the Dead, a Walking Dead Burlesque, and The Empire Brings Sexy back, which is the sequel to A NUDE HOPE, but it's told from the Empire's point of view, so I'm very excited about that. I'm sure I'm leaving one out, but as you can see, it kind of grew exponentially, and so now we're known around town as being the nerd burlesque troupe. What we do is like, it's a play, sketch comedy, parody, but it's in certain parts the action leads into burlesque striptease. So it's a lot like a musical, but instead of singing, we disrobe.
Well, you got, I mean, I'm sure you bring them in with the geek factor and then the other factors.
I like that, the other factor, we're going to call it that now.
Be PC correct, the other
Also
factor.
known as boobs.
There you go. Now I was reading when I was doing research that you've been in burlesque for a while.
Yes, I've been doing it personally myself for about 8-10 years, somewhere in there, since 2002 or 3.
Okay.
My memory gets fuzzy.
And did you start Gorilla Tango? How did you
Dan
get involved?
Abate and Kelly Williams, who run Gorilla Tango Theater, they contacted me because they wanted to do a burlesque parody show.
Okay.
They knew I had a background in burlesque, and they know I have a background in improv and comedy, which I do. So they said, we're looking for somebody to do this project. What are you interested in doing? I said, well, they say write what you know, and I'm a big freaking nerd, so we're going to do something nerdy.
Right.
I made a list of nerd topics, and Super Mario was on there, and I was like, Super Mario, like, how could you even make that into a burlesque show? And I was like, well, I guess you could take the chain chomp, that'd be a pretty hot number, and then the ghost, that would be kind of hot to do, you know, and then the cheap, and then all of a sudden I had a whole show on my hands, so yeah.
Yeah, normally burlesque is more like a couple short skits, but you guys have made it more into like a
Yeah, we have a storyline, like a through line. And what burlesque is really varies around the country. Everything from Las Vegas, where it's very in the style of kind of Cirque du Soleil and very much about the art and shape of the body more than about the personality, to classic burlesque, where it's about the girl's personality and the connection she makes with the audience, to neo burlesque, where it's things like people who take like buzzsaws and like grind on metal corsets and sparks fly off and then like classic burlesque shows usually have a comedian, a variety act. We just kind of roll that in.
one
What
package.
we do.
Okay. I guess another question I have for you. Since you said you write them, you pull a lot into your geekiness.
Yes, I pull into my geekiness.
Do you have any fond memories that made this all start for you that turned you on to say, hey, you know, I want to be a geek.
Memories of me becoming a geek.
Yeah.
That goes way back. I don't think I've ever not been a geek. My heart of geekiness is in the fantasy realm.
Okay.
The Fellowship of the Boobs show is my baby. I love Boobs and Goombas too, and I don't want the girls in the shows to think I play favorite. But like me, my name is MsPixy for a reason. I'm a fake creature at heart. So for me, it's swords and sorcery. It's the movie Labyrinth. It's the movie Legend.
Not so much the sci-fi.
Well, it is, but also like I'm a big fan of Douglas Adams. In fact, I think like if you have to trace my nerdery back to its heart, it's the first day I picked up a copy of The Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy, and like really discovered what writing could be. Like that blew my mind as a young person. And then from there, I got out into Spider Robinson and like some of the really trashy comedy science fiction. I like comedy science fiction.
Yeah.
Hard science fiction is okay, but I don't really care if the science works.
Well, but for doing a show and stuff like that, comedy is going to keep them, not a drama or something like
I'm
that.
not a comedian at heart. I was a big, like, what do you call that? I was bullied a lot as a kid. So, because I was, like, really incompetent and not very attractive. So, like, as an adult, like, knowing that I can learn to be sexy. This is something you should learn, young nerds who are over the age of 18. You can learn to be sexy. This is a skill. It's not something you're born with. We can teach you. Come to Gorilla Tango Burlesque. We teach you to be sexy if you don't know already. So that was a big part of it, and just like learning that there are other people out there just like me who find this sort of thing to be exciting and attractive and a turn on.
Right.
Anybody's been turned on by a sword, they are our target audience. It can be a steel sword or a laser sword.
I don't think that's a never-ending pull. I think you're always going to find somebody for that.
Lasers, blasters.
Yep. Now I did have a question because I've seen a couple of you guys. Do you guys have a large cast, or does everybody get a part, or does people have multiple parts?
We audition for each show individually.
Okay.
There are 8 actresses in each show, 1 backstage crew member, and 1 person in the booth.
Okay.
So within one show, usually those 8 girls, many of them play multiple roles.
Okay.
Like in Fellowship of the Boobs, there's a girl who has 13 costume changes in 1 hour.
Oh, wow.
It's insane.
Yeah.
But there's also a couple of girls who wear the same costume the whole show, except the part where they take it off. But a lot of the same girls will audition for us again. So in any new show, we might have 2 to 4 girls who are previous cast members, and then 2 to 4 new girls. So totally in our ensemble right now, we have 40 girls.
Okay.
40 stripping nerds.
It's a good number.
Not counting the tag and group.
You need 2 more to go for Douglas Adams.
I know, right? That makes me so happy.
Okay. Okay. I just got 5 rapid fire questions for you.
Oh yes. Now I feel like I'm on the game show.
All right.
Okay.
Okay. What's your favorite sci-fi fantasy movie?
Oh.
I know you said Labyrinth, but I don't know if you had any other options.
Yeah, sci-fi fantasy though.
Well, sci-fi or fantasy.
Well, I know. Now you brought sci-fi in though. Like,
Okay.
that opens up some more options. I'm probably going to stick with Labyrinth though. It has all these things I like, including puppetry. I'm also a puppet nerd. So,
Yeah,
I got that going for me.
On the same, you said Douglas Adams. Would he be your favorite sci-fi or fantasy author?
He is my favorite sci-fi author, and Anne McCaffrey was my favorite fantasy author. May she rest in peace.
Okay. Favorite video game growing up, now, anything? Play any?
Okay, so I just got through Lego Harry Potter years 5 through 7.
Okay.
And I was seriously hardcore addicted to that. Like, I got into it in kind of a freakish way. I like story games.
Right.
I can't play something like Final Fantasy because I don't have the man hours to invest in it, but I really enjoy that sort of thing. But I also like old school platform, like obviously Super Mario Brothers or anything of that ilk. Like, I don't know if you remember Gex.
Yep.
You know, from the 3DO system.
Yep.
I was big into Gex for a while. I have given away my age. I said 3DO system.
Well, you got to be a certain age to be doing what you're doing anyway. So.
Hopefully, yes.
Yeah.
We're all well over the age of 18.
Okay. Favorite superhero? Because I know you guys did a superhero.
Yes, we just did. Actually, all my favorite are Village.
Okay, that's fine.
Well, currently, since I just did SuperBoobs, I'm a big fan of the Joker-Harley Quinn relationship.
Okay.
Like, I think that's a really interesting relationship to
Yeah.
look into. I had to pick a favorite hero. Oh my goodness, there's so many to pick from. I'm kind of a fan of Iron Man right
Iron Man.
now. Yeah, 'cause I like the heroes that have to build their own stuff. They like didn't get like magical powers. Oh, it's radiation or space or some shit.
It's it's their own dedication to do what they want to do.
Like that feels more to me like maybe someday I'll get there, right? As opposed to
Anybody can accomplish anything.
I don't think I'm gonna get bit by any sort of irradiated animal anytime soon and actually get powers. I'm more likely just like foam and
Or get hit
die.
with a meteorite or something like that.
That won't go as well for me as the
No.
people in the comments.
Okay, one last question. Favorite piece of technology?
My iPhone. I know, and I feel so generic saying that, but seriously, it is my hitchhiker's guide. It does all the things that as a child I dreamed a piece of technology would do, and it's so intuitive. Now I feel like a shield for Apple, but I can't fly. I love the thing.
Everybody finds it very helpful.
And
Well, thanks for the interview. Great to talk to you.
my pleasure. Thanks for asking interesting questions. I enjoyed that very much.
All right.
Thank you for watching, people who are watching on your computing devices.